Okay, hey there, everybody. So, this is something new. I am trying out the screen share option in the Facebook live stream. And so, it's interesting not looking at myself. And I'm not sure, I guess it'll show me if anybody is jumping in on the live stream today. But, typically it's at a time when most of you guys are not available. So that is perfectly fine. If you do jump in, then go ahead and just say hi. And if you're watching on the replay, I still will get your comments later. So go ahead and say hi if you are watching. Okay, so today we are going to talk about cosmic self-awareness. And of course, we have been talking about this via human design for the last couple of weeks. And this is week 6. So we are talking about activation of your energy centers. So I am going to share with you a little bit more about what energy centers are. I do not know why that. Okay, well, hopefully we won't get too many interruptions or notification bleeps and blangs and bells and whistles as we go along. So anyway, I am going to scroll through this. So I guess what I have to do is actually go to that page to change this. All right. Oh. So first of all, what I wanted to do was just sort of reiterate, recommit to our 13 weeks. Once, I know for myself, once I get into doing something that requires a lengthy commitment, at the beginning, 13 weeks doesn't sound like a long time, but as you get into it, it's kind of a long time. And so I think it's important to recommit every week. And the reason we're going to recommit is because we are developing new habits, and it is really easy to just kind of go, okay, well, I'm not doing it today, and then, tomorrow I'm not doing it, and then the next day I'm not doing it, and then next thing you know, 13 weeks are over and you didn't do it. So, this is just to encourage you to stay committed and to remind yourself of the commitment manifesto, which is that I, Crystal Willingham, commit to developing new habits for my own self-healing, self-awareness, and self-love for the next 13 weeks or longer. I commit to developing a daily practice. I know that as I make this commitment, there will be days that I do not feel like participating. I know that as I make this commitment, I read that line. There will be days that I am not my best self, but those will be days that I will acknowledge that I'm doing the best I can under the circumstances. On those days, I will still commit to spending at least 5 minutes on my self-healing, self-awareness, and self-love. I will commit to being willing to change for the better, and I commit to allowing this process to help me do that. Okay, so all of us are on the same page with that, I hope, and so I'm going to move on. All right, and then I do want also to remind everyone that since I am recording this and putting it out into the universe, that I am not a certified human design specialist, a coach or a guide, and there are some guidelines that the Jovian people are very strict about, so I don't want to mislead anyone into thinking that that is the case. I have no affiliation with Jovian Archive. Everything I'm sharing with you about human design is from my own personal exploration and freely available on the internet. And I will share resources that you can purchase for yourself for deeper exploration. And you can go to jovianarchive.com for more information. Okay, that's out of the way. Alrighty, so the 9 centers. We are going to talk about the 9 centers. So the 9 centers are similar to 7 chakras, but they're also very, very different. So we can see that if you look at the little diagram here, that many of these centers are the same as what you would see in the chakra system if you're familiar with that. So you have the head center, you have ajna or third eye, you have a throat, you have a G center, and a heart center. And those what would make up what we would consider the heart chakra. We also have the solar plexus, we have the sacral, and we have the root. And in human design, we also have the spleen or the splenic center. Okay. And so hidden within the awareness of your centers is your tendency towards your deepest sources of pain and your greatest superpowers. You can be living in a state of conditioned responses and actions that are not self, or with self-awareness, you can be living a life fully present with the gift you came here to be. Hold on one second, guys. I have to do something here. I have these candles going and they're messing with my allergies today. So I'm just going to put one of them out. Okay, actually, maybe I'll just put both of them out. Alrighty. So it's really important to understand the energy of your consciousness is flowing into your open or undefined centers, and those are the ones on your chart that are white. So you can see in this little diagram here, the arrows pointing in toward the white ones. That's the energy that comes in from outside of you. And the energy of your consciousness in the defined centers is flowing out from you. So it is generated internally, and you are projecting this aspect of your being out into the world for other people to experience. The white areas are like the energy in this area is written in pencil. So it can be changed. You can have intentionality around this energy once you realize that you're picking up on something that doesn't necessarily originate from within your own field. You can make decisions about how you want to experience that energy. And likewise, the energy that is internally defined, where you have the sections that are colored in on the chart, this is like written in indelible ink. So these aspects of your energy will never change. What will change about these is your perceptions. And specifically when you are aligned with your strategy and authority, your perceptions can be much more aligned and most likely will be much more aligned with who you are, with your own truth. And your ability to stand in the gift of the energy that you came here to be is greater. By that same token, when we're not living in our strategy and authority, we are likely to be acting in ways that go against our own energy and therefore not having great experiences within our own energy. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to pop back over here and see what this looks like. Okay. Very good. All right, so each center brings a unique energy to your consciousness, and whether this is open or defined, inflowing or projecting, penciled or inked, we all have all of the energies depicted in the image of the body graph. So nobody doesn't have any of the energy. If you have an open space in your body graph, that doesn't mean that you don't have that energy. It just means that that energy is not being generated from within. It is being experienced by you as an external influence into your body field and actually being amplified within your own body field. So you have greater awareness actually of the areas where you're open. We are all unique in our expression of this energy, and there's nothing wrong about our own unique design. There's no design that's better than another, and there's never anything wrong with the way that you're designed. And so that's one of the really amazing things about human design, is learning that really being able to have more compassion for your own ways of being because it's perfect for you. It literally is the way that you came here to be. And the only reason that we have issues and problems with that is when we are experiencing our own energy in ways that go against our strategy and authority, or in ways that are conditioned by beliefs from society, family, religion, those external ways that we can experience conditioning. So with this process that we're undergoing on this healing journey, it's through meditation and contemplation that you'll gain a deeper understanding of yourself and others with this awareness. And you can begin to affirm the correct expression of your energy and experience profound healing. Okay. So the 9 centers, again, we're looking at this image again, and we're looking at some keywords that help define the energy in each center, both self and not self energies, words, phrases. And like I said before, everyone has all the energy in the centers. What differentiates us is whether we project the energy because it's internal, we're generating it and we're projecting it out, or we're receiving the energy from outside of us. Okay, so in the head, this is where we have inspiration. So these are some of the keywords. Again, one of the things about looking at this from a perspective of keywords is sometimes it's easier to contemplate on just a word or a concept than it is on paragraphs and paragraphs of information. So we're going to simplify this, and I'm going to, at the end of this, you guys are going to do an exercise that helps you to identify some keywords for yourself that you can contemplate. Okay. So the keywords for the head center are inspiration, anxiety, and mental pressure. Some keywords for the ajna center: conceptualization. Also, I would say certainty is another keyword for the ajna. The throat center: communication and manifestation and action. The G center is self-direction and love, self-direction and love. The heart center is ego and willpower. The solar plexus is emotions, feelings, and nervousness. The sacral, sexuality, life, and death, and I would say energy also is a good keyword for sacral. Splenic center, intuition, instinct, fear, and immune system. And the root center is life fuel, pressure, stress, and depression. All right, so here are some keynotes when we're not in our strategy and our authority, or we're in not self energies of conditioned, open, or undefined centers. So for the head center, the not self is occupied with questions that don't matter. The ajna is pretending that I am mentally certain. The heart center, trying to prove myself. The sacral center, not knowing when enough is enough. The splenic center, holding on to what isn't good for me. And also for the throat, trying to get attention to be heard. The G center, afraid that I'm not lovable. The solar plexus, need to avoid truth, conflict, or stuff my emotions down. The root center, feeling pressured to get everything done now. So these are energies that we generate in those centers when we are not aligned with our strategy and authority. All right, so the well work that we're going to do today, you want to definitely download the PDF. In the PDF, there are affirmations for each one of the centers. So whether you're defined or undefined in that center, You're going to have some affirmations that you can use that will help you to understand the energy of that center and how it relates to you and your healing journey. And then what you'll do is you'll listen to the 9 center activation meditation. That there's a link here. I can copy and paste this link also into the comments, so you can have that access. And it's also on the module 3 page on the left-hand side toward the bottom. And then what you'll do after you've done this meditation is you'll ask your intuition, ask your higher self, your healer, which center has the most information to share with you about your healing journey. So, there may be more than one, but what is the one that's the highest priority right now, that's trying the most to get your attention? So be it the heart center, or the G center, the emotional center. Which center is your intuition telling you that there is information that you need in order to achieve some profound healing? And then you're going to use the book, Understanding Human Design, if you have it. The Jovian Archive website also will have information if you Google for that specific center. And read about that center, and then keynote, making a list of words that ring true for you about that center. So the keynotes can be the gifts, and they can also be the shadows, right? We can list both. And then you're going to read the affirmations that were in the PDF and come up with a few of your own related to your healing journey. So those affirmations are going to have even more profound effect, because you're going to begin to affirm those things that you've discovered in your meditation that are important to your healing journey right now. And then in your contemplation throughout the week, you're going to allow the information on how this impacts your healing journey to come forth, and you can write about that in your journal. Okay, and you can also share in the Facebook group if you feel so inclined to do that. All right, so I'm going to be doing this activity as well, and I'm going to be sharing what comes up for me, and I hope that you guys will all do the same. All right, so I wonder, I don't see a way to stop screen sharing. Let me go back over here. All right, well, it doesn't give me a way to stop screen sharing, or it did, but I think I dismissed that little deal. So I'm going to go ahead and end this broadcast, but I will post the link to the 9 center activation. So let me do that right now. Actually, let's see, let me exit. Okay, so you can access that easily. And this video will be posted on the website probably by tomorrow. So if you want to watch it on there, or of course you can watch it here on Facebook on the replay if you need to watch it again. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish up. Namaste, everyone, and let me know if you have any comments, questions, all that good stuff. Okay, bye.